Section 9 of Greatheart by Ethel M. Dell. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 9. The Runaway Colt. "It really is very tiresome," complained Lady Grace. "I knew that child was going to be a nuisance from the very outset." "What has she done now?" growled the Colonel. He was lounging in the easiest chair in the room, smoking an excellent cigar, preparatory to indulging in his afternoon nap. His wife reclined upon a sofa with a French novel which she had not begun to read. Through the great windows that opened onto the balcony, the sunshine streamed in a flood of golden light. Rose was seated on the balcony, enjoying the warmth. Lady Grace's eyes rested upon her slim figure in its scarlet coat as she made reply. "These people, these Studleys, won't leave her alone. Or else she runs after them. I can't quite make out which. Probably the latter. Anyhow, the sister, who, I believe, is what is termed slightly mental, has asked her to go to tea in their private sitting room. I have told her she must decline." "Quite right," said the Colonel. "What did she say?" Lady Grace uttered a little laugh. "Oh, she was very ridiculous and high-flown, as you may imagine. But, as I told her, I am directly responsible to her mother for any friendships she may make out here, and I am not disposed to take any risks. We all know what Mrs. Bathurst can be like, if she considers herself an injured party." "A perfect she-dragon," agreed the Colonel. "I fancy the child herself is still kept in order with the rod. Why, even Bathurst, great hulking ox, is afraid of her. Billy isn't. But then, Billy apparently can do no wrong." "She certainly loves no one else," said Lady Grace. "I never met anyone with such an absolutely vixenish and uncontrolled temper. I am sorry for Dinah. I have always pitied her, for she certainly works hard, and gets little praise for it. But at the same time, I can't let her run wild now she is off the rein for a little. It wouldn't be right. And these people are total strangers. I believe they are a very good family," said the Colonel. "The title is an old one, and Sir Eustace is evidently a rich man. I had the opportunity for a little talk with the brother yesterday evening. A very courteous little chap, quite unusually so. I think we may regard them as quite passable." His eyes also wandered to the graceful, lounging figure on the balcony. "At the same time, I shouldn't let Dinah accept hospitality from them anyhow at this stage. She is full young. She must be content to stay in the background, at least for the present." "Just what I say," said Lady Grace. "Of course, if the younger brother should take a fancy to her, and he certainly seems to be attracted, it might be a very excellent thing for her. Her mother can't hope to keep her as a maid-of-all-work forever. But I can't have her pushing herself forward. I was very glad to hear you reprimand her so severely this morning." "She deserved it," said the Colonel judicially. "But at the same time, if there is any chance of what you suggest coming to pass, I have no wish to stand in the child's way. I have a fancy that she will find the bondage at home considerably more irksome after this taste of freedom. It might, as you say, be a good thing for her if the little chap did fall in love with her. Her mother can't expect much of a match for her." "Oh, if that really happened, her mother would be charmed," said Lady Grace. "She is a queer, ill-balanced creature, and I don't believe she has ever had the smallest affection for her. She would be delighted to get her off her hands, I should say. But things mustn't move too quickly, or they may go in the wrong direction." Again her eyes sought her daughter's graceful outline. "You say Sir Eustace is rich?" she asked after a moment. Extremely rich, I should say. He has his own yacht, a house in town, as well as a large place in the country, and he will probably get a seat in Parliament at the next election. I'm not greatly taken with the man myself, declared Colonel Devine. He is too overbearing. At the same time, again his eyes followed his wife's, he would no doubt be a considerable catch. I don't mean Dinah to have Sir Eustace, said Lady Grace very decidedly. It would be most unsuitable. Yes, what is it? As a low knock came at the door. Come in. It opened, and Dinah, looking flushed and rather uncertain, made her appearance. I wish you would have the consideration not to disturb us at this hour, my dear Dinah, said Lady Grace peevishly. What is it you want now? I am sorry, said Dinah meekly, but I heard your voices, so I knew you weren't asleep. I just came in to say that Billy and I are going luging, if you don't mind. What next? Said Lady Grace, still fretful. Of course I don't mind, so long as you don't get up to mischief. Dinah, come here, said the Colonel suddenly. Dinah, on the point of beating a swift retreat, stood still with obvious reluctance. Come here, he repeated. She went to him, hesitatingly. He reached up a hand and grasped her by the arm. Were you eavesdropping just now? He demanded. Dinah started, as if stung. Of course I wasn't, she declared with vehemence. How can you suggest such a thing? Quite sure, said the Colonel, still holding her. She wrenched herself from him in a sudden fury. Colonel Devine, you insult me. I am not the sort that listens outside closed doors. How dare you? How dare you? She stamped her foot with the words, gazing down at him with blazing eyes. The Colonel stiffened slightly, but he kept his temper. If I have done you an injustice, I apologize, he said. You may go. And Dinah went like a whirlwind, banging the door behind her. Well, really, protested Lady Grace in genuine displeasure. Her husband smiled somewhat grimly. A vixen's daughter, my dear, what can you expect? She behaves like a fishwife's daughter, said Lady Grace. And if she wasn't actually eavesdropping, I am convinced she heard what I said. So am I, said the Colonel dryly. I was about to tax her with it, hence her masterly retreat. But she was not deliberately eavesdropping, or she would not have given herself away so openly. I quite agree with you, my dear. A match between her and Sir Eustace would not be suitable. And I also think Sir Eustace would be the first to see it. Anyhow, I shall take an early opportunity of letting him know that her birth is by no means a high one, and that her presence here is simply due to our kindness. At the same time, should the rather ludicrous little younger brother take it into his head to follow her up, so far as family goes, he is of course too good for her, but I am sorry for the child, and I shall put no obstacle in the way. All the same, she shall not go to tea there unless Rose is invited too, said Lady Grace firmly. There, said the Colonel pompously, I think that you are right. Lady Grace simpered a little and opened her novel. It really wouldn't surprise me to find that she is a born fortune hunter, she said. I am certain the mother is avaricious. The mother, said Colonel Devine, with the deliberation of one arrived at an unalterable decision, is the most disagreeable, vulgar, and wholly objectionable person that I have ever met. Oh, quite, said Lady Grace. If she were in our set, she would be altogether intolerable. But, thank heaven, she is not. Now, dear, if you don't mind, I am going to read myself to sleep. I have promised Rose to go to the ice carnival tonight, and I need a little relaxation first." "I suppose Dinah is going," said the Colonel. "Oh, yes, but she is nothing of a skater." Lady Grace suddenly broke into a little laugh. "I wonder if the redoubtable Mrs. Bathurst does really beat her when she is naughty. It would be excellent treatment for her, you know." "I haven't a doubt of it," said the Colonel. "She is absolutely under her mother's control. That great raw-boned woman would have a heavy hand too, I'll be bound." "Oh, there's no doubt Dinah stands very much in awe of her. I never knew she had any will of her own till she came here. I always took her for the meekest little creature imaginable." "There's a good deal more in Miss Dinah than jumps to the eye," said the Colonel. "In fact, if you ask me, I should say she is something of a dark horse. She is just beginning to feel her feet, and she'll surprise us all one of these days by turning into a runaway colt. Not, I do hope, while she is in my charge," said Lady Grace. "We will hope not," agreed the Colonel. "But, all the same, I rather think that her mother will find her considerably less tame and tractable when she sees her again than she has ever been before. Liberty, you know, is a dangerous joy for the young." "Then we must be more strict with her ourselves," said Lady Grace. End of Chapter 9. Read by Helena Dunstan. Oxford, March 2022.